Welcome back, folks. This is episode 163 for It's About Payroll and 73 for It's About Your Paycheck. We are doing an all-in-one seasons in review. What's
There,
good, Walt?
we're almost at a year and a half for the episodes.
Yes,
Where
bro.
it's about your paycheck.
I just realized that, yeah, man. Year and a half. Shoot. 2.5 years, bro.
Oh no, wait! If we did a show every week, so
For 52 weeks.
so that's a year, and then we're at 73, so it's almost half.
Oh, you're talking about it's about your paycheck.
Yeah, it's about your paycheck.
Oh, I was gonna say it's about payroll.
Oh,
We're
I
at two and a half.
said it's about
Yeah,
the paycheck. Yeah.
my fault. I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
My fault. My bad. Yes, sir. Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, we look. We're cranking it out, man. Look. Yeah. All
So-
right. What's good, man?
Nothing much, man. It's been feels like we haven't recorded in a while.
Dude,
I don't know
see
why.
what I'm saying? Because you miss it. Because you need it. You need it.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah,
it's
it is
life,
life,
it's
'cause it's
life
part of
blood
life.
here
Mm.
for us. Now we recorded last week.
I know we did. We could probably
Look, like we've always said, it's what is it? Like, what did I say? It's a synergistic, reciprocal. I don't know. I forget what I said now.
Mhm.
But it's like it feeds each other, right?
Yeah.
The 9 to 5 feeds the podcast. The podcast feeds the 9 to 5. It just keeps us all. It just keeps the things going. It keeps the wheels going, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. This is. I think we have a little bit more freedom here as well because
Of course.
saying and
Of course.
what we say
Yeah.
collectively goes and stuff like that. Got those creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different when you work in an environment that you're not the decision maker.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. We have influence, but yeah, we're not, it's not, we don't own the business,
Yeah. Yeah.
we can just raise the red flags, be the squeaky wheel, right? That's a whole nother show right there. Like kind of like talking about how as the payroll, because that's what I'm doing for people that I give advice to. I'm like, look, you got to be the squeaky wheel,
Yeah.
right?
You've been saying that since I've known you. Yeah.
right? You cannot hesitate. And look, when we were together at our place, when we worked together, that thing solidified it for me, right? Because a leader there told me, well, you should have said something.
Yeah.
You should have said something. That was the only thing I needed to hear. I was like, well, dang,
Yeah. Fool me once, shame on me.
that's right. So even if the leaders don't
Oh, no, I
listen,
said it
you
wrong.
have to Oh, wait, you didn't say it right?
No.
My bad. I'm so tired. I'm not even picking up.
I said,
I know.
I said, fool me once, shame on me.
But look, shoot, that's right.
Yeah.
No, it's fool me twice.
Yeah.
I think. Right?
Yeah,
Fool
it
me
is.
once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yes.
Yes,
That's the
yeah,
one. That's the
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
look, and it's true. That's all we can do because look, even it doesn't matter if even if payroll makes it to the C-suite,
Yeah.
right? As a CPO, it makes me think of C3PO
Mhm.
as a chief payroll officer in a world where that exists. You're still not. You don't have the final word. You don't have the word. It's being the squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
That's it. The CEO and the board, depending on the dynamic of the organization, that
Yeah.
makes the final. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
all we can, even all the way up to the C-suite, all we can do is be the squeaky wheel, unless we become the owners of the companies, and which is a possibility in payroll, right? Which we want to get excited
Mhm.
about, which we're talking to more people about education. I gotta hit up Brent Skinner. I did a podcast with Brent Skinner on his show,
Yeah.
and we talked about education. We talked about how do we get young people excited? What should education and payroll look like? What should an associate's degree, bachelor's degree,
Yeah.
master's degree? What does that look like for payroll?
Yeah.
Is that even relevant as college enrollment continues to decline?
Yeah.
Is it even relevant? Should it be a more of a micro type of little micro certifications as you go along type of thing, right?
Yeah. Like it's interesting because things are changing now, right? Payroll is going to be changing because of AI and technologies that are going to come down the pipeline here. And I think that it's going to be changing. It's going to evolve. So, however, that education piece from a degree program is even if there's a new certification layout or available made
Mhm.
available to someone, then it's all about how you structure that. How do you
Yeah.
build that out? You
What
know,
does that look like?
yeah. What
What
does it
does
look
that
like?
need to look like? What should it
Hmm.
look like?
Hmm.
Right? How do we usher in AI?
Yeah.
And that's part of the thing is like I've been inspired, like, wait a minute, because I think we talked about I don't know if I read it, it just becomes a blur, right? Because we all I consume is this is what we do, right? We
Yeah.
even on our folks don't even realize Saturday night when we get a brew or a two in us, we still talking payroll.
Right.
We
Well,
still
I got it solved, bro. I
I
got
got
it.
it. I saw it. Figured it out. Like,
Yeah.
folks, this is our life. This is what we
Yeah.
love. This is part of what we do. This is who we
Yeah.
are. And it's okay. It's
Mhm.
okay. Like I had a friend that told me a few years ago, there's no such thing as balance. I was like, oh, balance is key. You gotta, no, it's go hard or go home.
Yeah.
That's it. And all the folks that are successful in their fields, that's what it is. You can balance it out. You figure out the balance. Like it
You
is
you
what it
you
is.
you can figure out the balance when you're the boss.
That's right. That's right. When you even the it's even worse when you're the boss because now
Yeah.
everybody's calling you, don't matter what time it is, da, 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 da,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
come on. But look, we love it. It's okay. We figure
Mhm.
it out,
Yeah, man.
So, anywho,
I think I
we
think I think we kind of talked about different things as far as like the pay horn, unless you still want to go there with the pay horn and stuff.
Oh, I got a couple of things. No, I
Yeah,
got
me
a couple
too.
of
Me
things for
too. Me
sure.
too.
Yeah, shoot.
All right, so this is not really pay involved, even though there are some implications for the NBA finals.
Right.
So I would like to see the information behind if someone who wins the NBA finals MVP gets like a certain
Interesting.
incentive,
Bonus. Heck
maybe
yeah. You what?
maybe for winning that. So like the Thunder won their first championship over the
Is that
Pacers.
ever?
Yeah, first championship ever.
Wow, that's
So
mega.
whoever won, it was going to be their first either way, either Indiana or
Pacers never won a championship?
no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, so it's gonna be their first. So that'd be another thing, maybe something we can discuss later on down the road if we do another episode on sports payroll and how those different championships and those different milestones in the season,
Yes.
may impact a
Yes.
person's pay. So I was, with everything that's going on in society, not to get, dark and gloomy here, but like, there's different wars that are going on and, different things that we see in the news. And so I thought like, how does war impact the economy? Right.
It's a
So
good one. It's a good
I
call out.
look, and so this is an article here that I found. It's really a blog and it talks about the economic impacts of war. And,
Okay.
there's impacts on the infrastructure and productivity when it comes up to a capacity standpoint. So, depending on where this war is at, there's destruction of infrastructure like roads, bridges, factories, schools, hospitals, and that greatly disrupts economic output and growth. Human capital decline, so deaths, injuries, and displacement, and disrupted education shrink and degrade the workforce.
Mhm.
Financial strain can cause debt, inflation, and opportunity costs. So wars often financed by borrowing or
Yep.
printing money. So that increases the public debt and inflation, right? So an example of that is in World War II, the UK got hit with a debt of 100% of their GDP.
Wow.
So right, so that those different things happened in
In
um,
World War II.
World War II. Yes,
Got it.
yeah.
Wow.
And look, and it might also cause short term economic stimulation, right? So the defense production can temporarily see a boost in that part of the GDP, and
Mhm.
employment and innovation.
Yep.
So there may be some global commodity shocks. So wars disrupt trade supply
Absolutely.
chains, and it can trigger spikes in prices like oil, gas, food, rare metals, and stuff. During the Ukraine war, we've seen record neon prices and energy prices rise, right?
Wow.
So different things here. Like, so the key takeaways is just, the different, there might be short-term gains. Rich nations have a better chance of recovery and often rebound strongly versus like those those countries that have civil wars are poorer and they
Yeah.
suffer from longer, deeper decline. So that's the impact of it. And then there's the human and psychological tolls, right? That are yet
Mm.
underpriced. They say they're underpriced because of PTSD,
You
trauma.
you
uh,
can't even it's hard to put a price on
Yeah,
what that costs
yeah,
because you can't track that. That's hard to track,
yeah. Because
I
you don't
if
know.
not impossible. If not
Yeah,
right, if not impossible.
yeah. Because you don't know. There's so many different variables with that. And so that's pretty much it. I thought it was something interesting talking point.
No, it is because think about it, there's all these short-term gains or losses,
Mhm.
but I think the long-term thing is a rebound,
Yep.
right? You're gonna come up. You're gonna come back up. If you're
Yeah.
a decently powered country, you're gonna come back up. You know what I mean? Like if the US got into a war right now,
Hmm.
yes, it may shrink the economy and cause a recession, depression-ish type of
Yep.
situation,
Hmm.
but we're gonna rebound from that at some point and jobs will increase. Like all of this stuff will rebound. Everything that you pointed to is going to rebound. And I
Yeah.
think that's the part that it's like a how can you, it's like recovering from the devastation of it all.
Yeah.
You rebound through that. They don't want to talk about that, but look, this is a payroll show talking about paychecks and payroll. It's going to impact that. People are going to get jobs
Absolutely.
after,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It's going to be new jobs created because oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, the
That was one of the
cleanup,
that was one of the things that this thing said too from
right?
wars. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna so, yes, it's a horrible thing,
Yeah.
but if look, we're looking at it a lens of payroll and
Yeah.
paychecks, and it's
Yeah.
gonna create work after the fact. It's gonna for both an employee and a payroller and a
Yeah.
payroll pro. I mean, eh,
That's an interesting
we're
topic for
not
you.
right. We're not. Yeah, we're not condoning. We're not going either way with it. Like we have no control of this. Like
Yeah.
the
Unfortunately.
U.S. bombed Iran? Like the heck? I
Yeah.
had no
Like,
idea. Like, and
yeah, man.
because I read more, I pay attention to the news that's pertinent to me in my life, and you know, this stuff comes to me through mass media, right?
Yeah.
You know, honestly, my daughter brought it up to me. My youngest daughter at 11, she was like, "Dad, scared because people are saying that we're gonna have
Mm.
World War III." And I was like, "Whoa, why'd you say that?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Because the US bombed Iran." And I was like, "Okay, I get it." And we had a conversation about that and whatnot, but that's how
Mhm.
I learned about it,
Yeah, man.
and yeah, it's terrifying at the
Look,
end of the day.
it unfortunately, I wish there was peace on earth and all that. But unfortunately, currently, it's a part of our life.
It
So
is.
we should be able to have those tough discussions, right? And it's an uncomfortable, tough discussion because I'm sure there's people that may even be listening who have been impacted by current wars or for our prior wars. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So look, it's like Brian said, it's not something that we are advocating for or anything like that. We're just talking about the pay and economic um impact
We're
of
l
these things.
right. We're looking at it through a lens of a payroll person and an employee,
Yeah.
like, just kinda the raw,
Yeah.
without emotion, right? This is
Yeah.
what the show's about. You want emotion, there's plenty other podcasts you can go to and talk about that stuff, but it's about your paycheck, it's about your payroll. It makes me think of Jadakiss. We don't cry at we don't cry at we don't what is it? We don't laugh at death and cry at birth.
This is William Tincup, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Indeed FutureWorks. Ryan and I attended the conference last year, and we created a limited series for Indeed where we talked to their customers. Great stories around TA and how they use Indeed to the max. So check it out. It's just Indeed FutureWorks 2024. You could search for it wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm,
Jadakiss said that.
mhm.
So, you know, I just want to repeat it. We're not trying to laugh at death. Not at all. So, anywho, I got 2 articles that I
Okay.
want to share. One for the payrollers and one for the
Yeah.
employees. And one is for the first is the payrollers. It's a headline from the news, ripped from the headlines.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas YMCA unleashes workforce efficiency,
Mm-hmm.
saves 600 hours a year with AI first UKG suite.
Mm.
So there are 3 key takeaways from this article. The article will be in the show notes. Number 1 is massive time and labor savings by
Nice.
automating seasonal hiring, onboarding, documenting processing, and benefits enrollment with AI First UKG Ready Suite. The YMCA of Metropolitan Dallas has reclaimed over 600 staff hours annually, about
Mm.
300 hours from onboarding and another 300 in paperwork eliminated.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Number 2, data-driven workforce strategy empowers pay and budgeting. Real-time reporting and analytics in UKG give the nonprofit the confidence to raise its minimum wage from $9 to $14 an hour, accelerate pay cycles to 1-week turnaround, and strategically budget to support workforce needs. Number 3, financial wellness tools boost morale and retention. The rollout of UKG Wallet, an earned wage access and financial wellness tool. I'm gonna be honest, the financial wellness tool is just a bit of fluff. The real deal is that it's an earned wage access
Mm.
tool.
I
Empowers
don't think it's fluff.
part-time. It is fluff. We'll get to that in a second. Empowers part-time and seasonal staff to access pay when they need it, which has improved retention and supported workers' financial security.
Yeah.
I say it's fluff because it doesn't guarantee financial wellness.
No, I think the reason there it's like one of those things to me in my mind when I hear that.
Yeah.
You ever hear like how some food companies will say
Oh
this is
God.
made 100% natural.
Gluten-free. It was always gluten-free. You
Yeah,
just
100% natural. But
yeah,
then you realize you look at the ingredients, it's like, oh, there's a lot of chemicals and
that's a lot.
processed stuff in
It's
here.
not Yucca approved.
Yeah, and
Bro,
so
my house hates me right now because they're like, oh, everything's gotta be Yucca approved.
yeah, bro. No, same here. We're at the store. I'm always pulling out the app, scan it, scan it.
Scan it.
Always, bro.
Bro, we went through
Always.
this, not to sidetrack too much, but we went through this the other day. My little one wanted some rocket pops, the old school red, white, and blue ice pop.
Yes, yes, bro.
But this version had trolley gummy worms in it
Oh
and
my god.
bro, I was like, scan dead
Poor
on it.
0.
Poor is it bad.
Yeah.
2 had a 2 on Yuka.
Oh, jeez.
Bad. My daughter was so upset. I was like, I am not going to consciously give you poison.
Yep,
Sorry.
basically. Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Anywho, so number 3, number 3. Did I do number 3 already? Part-time.
Yeah,
Yes, it
you
was a
did.
financial wellness one. Okay, so then the next part of this is why it matters to payroll industry.
Yeah.
It's efficiency gains. These gains highlight how automating core payroll and HR functions frees up substantial admin time.
Mhm.
That is a huge conversation right now. Call out.
Yeah.
I'm actually helping a colleague understand where they can input some automation, and she reached out to me because she's like, she in a nice way. She was like, "You've been around the block a few times, so I want to ask you about this."
Shit.
Like, your old ass been doing this for a while,
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm happy to help, no problem." But we're trying to help her figure out where she can automate, right? And improve efficiency. So that's a
Mhm.
thing. AI fueled agility. Seasonal staffing scenarios benefit significantly from adaptive data enabled tools, right? And I'm not even sure how. That's something that folks can look into more, but it's a seasonal staffing scenario, and maybe AI is easy to plug into recruiting,
Mhm.
easy to plug into the onboarding process. There are some little bit of things that they're plugging into payroll. It has not hit payroll in a major way yet.
Mhm.
because AI still hallucinates. So
Yeah.
just be careful, folks. Okay. The last one is employee centric payroll. Offering earned wage access and faster pay cycles can drive staff satisfaction and retention, a critical edge in nonprofit and broader labor market. Now, that I could speak to for sure, because in my past, I worked for a company that had one of their pay cycles was 3 weeks in a weir in a weirs in arrears is what I meant to say. In arrears.
Crazy.
And right, because the most that it should be is 1 week in arrears,
Yeah.
right? The pay cycle ends, and then you have a few days to process, and then 7 days later from the pay cycle ending is a paycheck date.
Yeah.
That's best practice, I would say,
Mhm.
right? And it's best practice because it gives enough time for the payroll team to process and not too long for the employee,
Yeah.
right? So that is definitely a thing. And I can also speak to earned wage access because currently our connection to earned wage access is broken and employees are feeling it. They're hitting me up every
Mm.
day like, "Hey, it's broken. It's not getting updated. Where is it?" So I'm really seeing, even though I only have a 26% usage of earned wage access,
Yep.
I'm those that 26% is vocal, and they're telling me every single day.
No, I get it. And look,
Frequent.
and look, and yes, back to what you were what I was saying
Yeah,
about financial wellness, right?
yeah.
Like that for them, it's important. A
I'm
quarter
not
of
saying it's yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is a financial wellness thing. I'm just saying it's like gluten free. You know what I mean? It's just you know what I mean. They just slap it on there, like you're like okay, you know what it's
I get,
marketing.
yeah,
It's
I get it. I get it.
marketing.
I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean? Because
I
it's
get
not
it.
guaranteed to be a financial wellness for everyone. Yeah, I guess I get the number because when I first did a demo of Daily Pay, which
Uh-huh.
is a brand name, it's not the function, folks. The function is earned wage access. The Daily Pay is a brand name that just freaking nailed it with the brand.
Yeah.
I did a demo years ago, and that was my first thing. I was like, "Are folks going broke because of this?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"No." They said actually, folks are able to get really financial wellness because of it. You know what I mean? But it's not 100%. So that's all I'm just saying. Look, take it for a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. It's not, yeah. Okay. So anywho, moving on. My second story is for employees,
Mhm.
and I don't know if it's employee related. I don't even know if it's employees because it's only Amazon that this
Oh
is
yeah,
for, right?
I saw that.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because when I'm doing my research, it just kept popping up in the media, and I'm like, all right, I
It's
guess I got to
wild to
report
me,
on
man.
this. So Amazon tells U.S. corporate employees to relocate to main hubs or resign. And this is kind of the second iteration of their push to return to office because they
Mhm.
did this already a few months ago. So number one, they're implementing a strict relocation ultimatum. Amazon is directing thousands of U.S. corporate staffers to relocate to hubs like Seattle, Arlington, Washington, or resign. Over a brief window, employees have 30 days to decide, then 60 days to either initiate the move or resign without any severance package.
I saw that. It's to me that's
Gangster,
wild, bro.
gangster.
That's
But
wild.
see, people don't realize severance is not any type of guarantee or mandate.
Oh, I know that, but like, I think, look, is Amazon? Look, I don't know all the details. I did see this article earlier in
Of
the
course.
day,
No, no. We'll yeah.
and I'm just like, well, one, what if they have a big family? What if they're in an area that it will take them longer than 30 days to move or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think if they commit to it, because let's circle back. It says a brief window. Employees have 30 days to decide, and then 60 days to either initiate the move or resign. Initiate the move, which could take longer, right?
yeah,
I'm being reason. I'm siding on the side of Amazon that they're gonna say, okay, You agree? You agree? Okay, great. It's going to take you 90 days. Great. They just have, if I'm playing my
Man,
wordsmith game, they
yeah,
have 60 days to initiate the move. That does not mean complete the move. That is initiate the move. If
yeah,
we're playing wordsmith, then that move could take longer. They just need to commit to moving,
yeah, man. That's
right?
uh,
I'm just saying. If we're playing the wordsmith game. So, and
it
then
it, tri-
number
it trips me out, man. Billion dollar, multi-billion dollar company is just like,
that's why they can do it. That's why they can do it.
whew,
Because guess what? People, whoever resigns, there's 100 people waiting for that job in the new area,
yeah.
right? And that, bro, how many times do we say businesses are
Hey,
not in business to keep you in business? They're in business to stay in business.
business is about
Unfortunately,
business is about finance, not feelings, right?
oh, I love that. There you go. That's right.
Yeah.
Walt dropping gems. The number two is push for in person collaboration amid AI driven cuts. The company justifies the mandate by emphasizing that proximity to managers and teams enhances productivity and reinforces corporate culture.
Mm,
This shift aligns with CEO Andy Jassy's warnings that significant AI integration will reduce the size of corporate workforce in coming years.
yep.
So look at that. So they're not even see, we talking about people, they're not even worried about other people taking the job. They know AI is
Yeah.
there, or they think. Because
Mhm.
AI is improving, folks. Like let's keep it real here. AI is by no means proven right now.
Yeah.
Even right now, right? All of our industry experts, analysts, thought leaders, us included, will tell you it hallucinates, right? Right? Because right, we use Chat
Oh,
GPT to do payroll stuff and research, and the shit gives us back bad information sometimes, and like that ain't true.
and look, from an AI's perspective, right? If going back to that thing you said about gluten, the labeling, the
Yeah,
marketing,
yeah, yeah.
right?
The
Like
marketing
some
tricks.
some stuff may not necessarily be officially like self-learning AI. It might just be a program that they have running.
Thank you. We just talked about this, folks. Walt and I were kicking it one of these days, and we were like, "Wait a minute, we need to do a show and define automation, machine learning,
Yep.
and AI.
Yep.
What's the difference? Oh, wait,
Yep.
and there's a new one, agentic AI. So, right?
Yep.
So, what are
Yeah.
the difference between the four?
Yeah.
Okay, because automation is already there. Like we have a ton of automation, and some companies are doing that shit. Like, oh, it's AI. No, it's not. That's automation,
Mm,
right? If you could, I could, right? I could teach my cat how to do some things.
mm,
That's not AI. It's automation.
yep.
You train a dog, that's not AI. It's automation. The dog knows
Mhm.
when I put the freaking bacon in the air, he needs to sit down.
Yep. Or
You know what I'm
yeah. Yeah.
like? But companies want to say we have AI. Like I said, we just went through a round of demos, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, oh, you got payroll AI? Really? What is it? A
Mhm.
chat bot? Oh
Yeah, you
yeah,
call
well,
them.
I called
Yeah.
him. That's where it is. Well, we're starting there and blah blah blah. Hey, you got a chat bot. Like
All
everybody has a
marketing,
chat
man.
bot. It's
Yeah.
all they just want to be able to say that we're implementing AI in payroll. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Because until I could freaking talk to the machine and stop having to type all these gosh darn reports and VLOOKUP and cross reference and take a half hour to give my stakeholders the reports they need because I have to create one report out of five. No, it's not AI. When I can talk that into a system and the system gives me back what I need, I can validate that data against the controls and it's real. That's AI to me. I may not even know what AI means, really. Right.
Yeah.
So, anywho, the last takeaway from this was employee unrest and retention risks. The
Yep.
relocation directive has ignited concern among mid-career employees who face logistical,
Yep.
financial, familial challenges. Critics fear it may act as a silent method to push out workers, potentially
Mhm.
inflating attrition and damaging morale. It's going to do those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But look, it's Amazon.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
people are people. Cause look, people have the habit. It's called a habit, right? It's like we did this show and it's about your paycheck, about
Yep.
spending, right? You see it,
Yes.
you see those ads everywhere, all over social media, and it's a habit. So, oh, I need to order this. You automatically may go to Amazon, or
Oh,
if you
look, I
Google
don't
it,
go anywhere else.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, a lot of different people, like even if they're like, there's calls to like to uh, go on a strike from it or whatever, like or to what's that called? To boycott it.
Boycott. Yep.
Yeah, like there's still gonna be people that just out of habit are gonna order stuff from there. Like how many people
Oh,
have those subscriptions that they have orders for out of Amazon?
yeah.
So people have subscription or get their groceries through Amazon because they
Yeah.
own Whole Foods now, right? So like it's just all these different things, man. Like
Mhm.
You're tuning into the Careering with Cameron podcast, your safe place for asking all the dumb questions about finding a job. This is the place for you to get a clear, step-by-step roadmap for your career journey, including things you haven't even thought of. If you're a bright, data-driven individual in a STEM field who struggles with people skills, or you're just finishing college and wondering what's next, you are in the right place. My goal is to help you feel ready and empowered, not just apply for positions, but find work that truly aligns with your passions. I do what I do because I believe no one should have to navigate this alone. For 20 years, I was on the other side of the desk as a recruiter. I saw what worked, what didn't, and why. Now, as an ICF certified professional coach, I'm bringing the insight to help you, helping you think like a recruiter so you can land the job you want. Each week, I'll be bringing you actionable advice on everything from best practices for resume writing to what you could ask in your interview. Be sure to subscribe and rate 5 stars if you enjoy the podcast so others can too. Also, make sure to follow us over on Careering with Cameron and visit our website at www.talent-connect.net. See you October 15th, where episode 1 will be released to discuss the number 1 reason why you're not getting a job.
like who's like you said, like
They're too big to fail, bro. It's though they can take the hit in the short term because they're
mhm,
already seeing the long term, right?
yeah,
And I'm not against them. Look, well, I'm. You go back on the shows. I'm the one that said, "Hey, as payroll person, people, we need pros. We need to usher in as employees in any situation. We need to usher in the AI. You need to be the one that teaches your company how to use AI and be more efficient.
it's coming no
Period.
matter what. Yeah,
It's coming no matter what. Why would you fight
yeah,
it?" Right? Because check it out. Even if you don't keep your job, you would have already learned enough to go out and be more marketable in the industry, in the world,
yeah,
in the market,
yeah,
right? Invest in yourself. I'm not waiting for my company to teach me how to use AI. After I'm done with this payroll certification preparation, I'm going to AI. I'm
yep,
going to go learn how to prompt, how to build a project, right? In AI. Like we're going to go do that. I
yep,
don't need some I am I'm not waiting for somebody. Oh, Brian, nope, no, no, no. I invest in myself,
yep,
right? That's
yep,
what you got to do. Because this is a pure example of business is business. This is a capitalist country.
yeah.
Pick yourselves up by the bootstraps. Read Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, because that's what America is about, and figure it out.
Look, unfortunately, that's the case, and
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry. It's raw. It's painful, but it is what it is. Like that's
that-
how companies operate. They're
that's
not
the
worrying about
that's the
our
way this
homes
system
and
is.
our families and the nope. They're worrying about the bottom line.
But
And
see
that's what
that,
business
but
is.
that kind of sucks, man, because there's just been this message about. I think it's a pushback on the message of the employee experience, right? Because this is going to leave a bad taste of some of those employees at
Of
Amazon
course.
and
Of course.
other people. There may be some trickle
and their
down effect.
families and their
Yeah.
friends, and
Yeah, but you know what?
absolutely.
I'm never gonna use Amazon again. Don't you use Amazon again. Like they may
I don't
do
know
that.
about that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
You know,
that'd be an interesting stat. Now I wonder how could we measure that? Is it just stock prices, or like how could we measure if folks
sales,
stopped? Was it
sales.
sales? But
Yeah,
is it do they publish that on their quarterlies reports? I don't know.
maybe.
But that'd be interesting because, like, what's today? Mark today, June 23rd, 2025. This is fresh news.
Yeah.
Um, will there be any decline in Amazon subscriptions? I think they do report. So that'd be interesting. So that maybe we can make a note and track that and report on it later.
Yep.
But why this matters to payroll and HR and employees? There's a I didn't even think of this when I was reading the freaking article. Severance policy shifts. Not offering severance for resignations under relocation pressures raises important legal and ethical questions for HR and compensation teams.
Mm-hmm.
Again, severance is not a guarantee by any federal or by any state situation.
Mm-hmm.
It is pure generosity from the company, and they're not giving severance. But see what they kind of are, because the notice is the severance, right? Because
Yeah.
if you ride it out, because right now you've got, what did they say, 30-day and a 60-day,
Yeah.
right? It was like a 30-day something and 60-day. So that's really, yeah. Look,
Ooh, they,
over a brief, employees have 30 days to decide and 60 days to initiate their move. So even
look.
if you BS them, you have 90 days to find a new job. You're on notice now. Clock starts now. You got 90 days. So that kind of is severance. That's why there
Oh,
is no severance.
I just Googled this, right?
Okay.
And people may not have may not have noticed this either in the handbook or something they signed in the contract. It talks
Bro,
about relocation rights being known as a mobility clause, where employees who have a mobility clause in their contracts are generally required to relocate, providing the employer acts on the clause in a reasonable manner.
there you go.
But because other things that I'm reading here, it says that generally an employer cannot force an employee
That's
to
right.
relocate or resign. So they
And
might have signed something in the handbook that they just didn't read. And how we know that stat that a lot of employees don't read the handbook. So
you're taking, no, you're not even taking away. You're segueing into what I'm going to talk about in my season in review,
yeah, there you go, man.
because we covered this in this season.
Yeah, bro.
Reading your handbook.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the last, wait, did I read? No,
No.
I only read the first one. So
Yeah.
so why it matters.
Yeah.
The first one was severance policy shift.
Mhm.
And and I think it's, for the employee, you are getting severance because you're getting 90 days notice, because you could potentially say, okay, I got 30 days to answer. And if I say, yes, I am moving, but you change your mind at the 58th day, then you're done, right? Because you have 60 days, you have 30 days to decide and 60 days to initiate the move. So if you
Mhm.
change your mind in the 88th day,
Yeah,
you have 90 days
they
to get a new job.
they must have
And
they
that
must have
is 3 months of severance.
they must have got went to their lawyers and
Oh,
oof,
bro, you
man.
just said it. The mobility. I mean, they playing this like a violin.
Ooh.
Hello, it's Amazon,
Uh,
right? They're
yeah.
not sick. They got in-house counsel. They ain't got nobody on retainer. They got lawyers in-house figuring this out to the T, perfectly
Yeah,
orchestrating
bro.
a massive change.
Mm, mm. Well,
From an employer's perspective, it is a master class. Okay.
mm,
From an employee's perspective,
it's
not so
effed up.
much.
It's like,
So much.
yeah, it's effed
But
up.
look, and I hope that people listen to this and I hope that folks get wind of it. You do have severance. It's 90 days of severance because you have 30 days to make a decision and 60 days to initiate that decision or not. So you could play it out to the 89th day or the 90th day for that matter and be like, you know what? I changed my mind. It's not the right move for me and my family. I'm good. Because if you start looking for a job as soon as they put this out, then you got 90 days,
Yeah.
right? You got to play the gray area too. They're playing the gray area. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying. The last takeaway. Oh no, I didn't even get past the first one. The second one is talent mobility challenges. Payroll operations will need to adapt to cross-state moves, impacting taxes, benefit alignment, relocation allowances, and cost of living adjustments. Well, we're assuming that there are any allowances. I don't know if there's any allowances out there, but if there are, sure. So this is more. This is kind of it's for everyone, but yeah, it's a good call out because now your taxes may change if you move. Your benefits shouldn't change. I'd be interested to understand why it would. Relocation allowance, if they're offering it, sure, great, good for the employee.
Mhm.
Good to know doesn't change the payroll pro's job. It's just a line out. It's just another check box to check in the processing. Cost of living adjustments, that's on the employee, right? Like
Yeah.
crap, and I'm in Hodunk wherever, and I'm chilling, but now I got to go to one of these main hubs in a more
Yeah.
expensive city,
I'm in hometown. I'm in my hometown with my parents because my parents
chilling.
need me there. And
Word. I
yeah,
inherited a house in my hometown, and I'm living,
yeah,
whatever it is, you're chilling. But now you got to go to one of these expensive cities if you want to
yeah,
stay
bro.
with them. That's a big impact. And
Oof.
then last one is strategic workforce planning. As AI reshapes staffing needs, companies need transparent, compliant frameworks for transitions and risk reputational and retention fallout without them.
Yeah, man. It's a whole thing because look,
The whole thing.
if a person decides to resign, and we know typically maybe there's some special circumstances with this, but with unemployment, if you quit or resign, in a lot of cases, you're not eligible for unemployment
Correct.
wages, right?
So that's another thing you can play out. You could probably get unemployment because you
Maybe.
got fired. Why
Well,
not? Why not?
well, because it says they have to. The one of the choices is either you relocate or you resign. So if you resign, I don't think you can get unemployment.
Sometimes you can.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you can, and in this case, I'm assume I would I would stretch to think that you can
Okay.
because it's a bit of a force. If you can frame it right, I'm not sure, folks. Please don't
Yeah.
take my word as bond. But I think you'll be able to successfully frame it as a force because hey, I cannot sustainably move. I work here. This is where I'm at. I cannot move. I cannot meet the requirement, whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm forcibly resigned.
It says if you are forced to resign due to intolerable work conditions,
There you
you
go.
you may be eligible.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's possibly a good,
Yeah.
possibly, right?
Yeah.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
quote me. I don't know, but I think you got a good case, and depending on this, I probably depending on the state you're in too.
Yeah, it says if it's classified as a constructive discharge. That's what kind of it
What does
falls
that
under.
mean though? Constructive discharge? Do they?
It basically occurs when an employer makes working conditions so intolerable that a reasonable employee feels like they have no choice but to resign.
Yeah, yeah. I can't move. Like you know what I mean? Like well, if you got sick parents you're taking care of,
Sick
and you're
kids,
the
sick family.
sick
Yep. Yep.
children that
Yep.
and like or just you have children like there's so many reasons that could be like I cannot move. This is not reasonable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you built your life there. You've been there
yeah,
5, 10 years, however
yeah,
long, and your kids
bro.
have friends uprooting
I
your
came
whole
here
life.
for my son. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave my son. Like, that's crazy.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, anywho,
Yeah, we can talk about that.
yeah, no, it's I mean, really great. What turned into I thought was gonna be a boring was really great. Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get into the seasons in review. So,
So
which one you want to do first?
I think we can talk about both, man. At the same time, we don't
At the
have
same
to.
time?
Yeah, let's just knock it
All
out
right, all
and
right.
yeah. So
Well, let's call out though where they can find the
yeah,
episodes
of
for
course,
sure.
of course.
Okay.
So like, what up for you across both podcasts?
I got it.
What stood
I'm
out?
ready.
What stood out to you during this season?
I'm ready. The number one, the number one, the number and it's crazy because it's a show that we did as a crossover type of thing. We did the same subject in both shows because it's relevant, and it
Mhm.
was the why employee handbooks impact payroll and what HR doesn't want you to know about your handbook.
Yeah.
Is a play on words. We're not hiding anything as HR from your handbook. It was
No.
just really marketing, clickbait type of deal.
Mm.
You should read your handbook is what I urge you to, but nobody reads it because what was the stat? 67%
Yeah.
of employees actively avoid reading the handbook.
Yeah.
So that one was a call out for me because I think that there is a wealth of information in the handbook that employees should know. And not only that, and the payroll pro and HR pro should
Yeah.
know, right? A lot of time HR and payroll folks, we come into the job and the handbook is already written. We don't, it's different when like HR has a hand in creating the new one
Yeah.
as opposed to they start a job and it's already written and they may not, even the HR payroll people don't read it.
Yep.
But that's crazy talk. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what type of employee and what department you're in. You need to read your handbook because there is little nuggets in there that could mean a big difference for you that you don't even understand, right?
Yeah.
The easy one for employees is if you call out the day before a holiday, you don't get the holiday pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's an
that's-
easy one. That's an
Yeah.
easy one. For payroll folks, the same thing on the flip side. Like, don't you got to make sure your system is not paying them if they
Yeah.
call out, right? Are there mechanisms in place for the managers to say, oh wait, this person called out, don't pay? What are the levers and the things and the notification tools for the managers to let payroll and HR know,
Yeah.
hey, this person called out, we shouldn't pay them for that holiday.
Yeah.
So it works both ways. Another one, oh my gosh, on the payroll side, we had Laurel Sarah on from Payroll Org. Folks,
Yeah.
she's director of education at Payroll Org. I mean, great show. She's freaking so just the energy is awesome.
Yeah.
The show was dope. Another show was Payroll needs to embrace AI or get left behind. CEO Gustavo Vasconcelos from Estinpa talks with us about AI and a bunch of other things as well,
Mhm.
or what his company does, but just the whole AI conversation. I love another one for me was Anatomy of a Paycheck, 4 pillars of your paycheck and how to protect
Mhm.
every dollar,
Yep.
right? Oh my gosh. And then Kira Rubiano from nail salons to global payroll powerhouse, how her journey got her into payroll from college
Mhm.
and was born out of a conversation in a nail salon. What else? Oh my gosh. Our guests from Linked, Lisa and Kristen. Is it Kristen? Is that her name?
Are you an HR or talent leader trying to figure out how to have the biggest impact on your business and your people? Listen, you're busier than ever, but you're also under more pressure than ever before. The We're Only Human podcast has been running for over 10 years, helping leaders get a handle on these topics. I'm Ben Eubanks, the host of the show, and I started my career as an HR practitioner and executive. Now I run a research firm dedicated to exploring the trends affecting work and the workplace. We cover research from a practical lens, technology changes, compelling case studies, and more, so that you can get back to work and have the impact you've always wanted to. And we do it with some fun. Check out the We're Only Human podcast today.
Christina, I'm sorry if we spelled it wrong there. But anywho, they're the founders of Linked, and they reimagine, they redefine the payroll checklist. I use it myself right now. It's amazing. It's everything you could imagine as a payroll person, with a tool like an app, a solution being your payroll checklist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, we were honored to have them on. And then most recently, the show we did with Tasia Walker, CPP, recently certified CPP, and she gave us some nuggets there on just prepping for the CPP and what it did for her career. Amazing stuff. And then we did It's About People Overcoming Adversity, Stories of Resilience. Just that whole It's About People piece is great for us. You know what I mean? I love just veering away a little bit from just the payroll pay talk and just talking about people stuff, and because at the end of the day, it's about people.
It
right?
is. It is.
And then capping it off with Tiana Neal, man. Most recently, she's a consultant in the HR payroll world. Again, another superstar in that space. And she also does a podcast, and she's on our network, Work Defined. And not, it's a network that we're all on. Great network that William Tincup and Ryan Leary have built for us, and just amazing shows. And she's one of the hosts, and her show is called Human Role. And the role is like it's a play on human resources and payroll, human role. So we had a great conversation with her about who payroll should report to, and just kind of the things that the daily challenges that we go to and stuff.
It's actually the HR role.
The HR role? I thought it was a human role.
No, no, it's the human role.
Where'd you find it on the?
I mean, it's the HR role. It's on Work Defined.
Oh, okay, my bad. The HR role.
You might be right. Either way, we gotta update.
Well, that's basically the concept of her show.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, that one just dropped also. So
Yeah,
man. What about you?
I mean, after you took pretty much everything there, bro. So
I know, right?
I really don't have nothing to talk about. But I'm just like, I'm over here smiling. I'm just like, well, Brian's taking all, majority of the ones I want to say. So there you go. No, we did a lot. We had a lot of great guests.
Yep.
We had, some great shows out here. We talked about 401k and Secure 2.0 Act.
Oh, yes.
Mark Fowler.
Yep.
We had Brittany Furr on.
Brittany is always a great guest. Yep.
She talked about different things. We talked about gaming and finances for, those people it's about your paycheck, for people who may want to get into gaming or content creation. We talked about the real challenges and, what they could expect as far as pay and different things like that.
I always tell my son about it. Like, yo, you should get into gaming. Like, it's real. Like, it's a career.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then I love the It's About People episodes that we've done. The second one that we did was about toxic workplaces and
I missed that one.
Budget hacks, and then $500K dreams, and that Gen Z, are struggling, saying that's how much they need, right?
That's right, because at that time there was like an article out that Gen Z said they need to make $500K a year to have a decent life.
To have the American dream.
American dream, yes. Yep.
Yeah. And so,
it's
like,
not exactly true, but okay.
I mean, look, if my current salary got doubled, I'd be happy.
Oh, heck yeah, no doubt.
So look,
I mean, that's no doubt. We can debate that.
And look, and then the other one that we talked about was the social media effect on finances, right? And how
that one was cool too.
Your well-being, right? your shopping and your spending and stuff like that. There was a lot of different
Yes.
interesting stuff on there, you know.
That
And then
was
we
cool too. Yes.
and then another show that we did was the spending habits, like then and now. We talked about how spending transitioned over the years from like the 80s until the 2000s. We did that
Yep.
for It's About Your Paycheck, so that was a pretty cool one too.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it. I think that's pretty much all of them. What challenges do you think that we faced during recording these?
Oh my God. Dude, I mean, we got hit with so many technical issues. And I don't know if it was just me or only me, but we got hit with so many technical issues in this past season. It was crazy. I don't know if that like is because of the shift of what's up.
A lot of people were saying that some of the episodes were choppy and
Yes.
coming over like, and we were just like, of course we take pride in what we do and
Yeah.
everything like that. So like, I noticed during times I've edited, like you were gonna say, I think you were gonna say like how we transitioned from one platform to another for like podcast hosting and recording and editing and stuff like that. And we were like, maybe that was it because I even found that even after I've done some editing on the podcast and made and say all the changes, when I upload it, it still has all those different things there that I supposed to cut out.
Oh, so yeah, and I think that was a byproduct of the platforms. But
Yeah.
even something that we learned was like how me and you were doing editing differently, right? You were doing only the uhs and ums,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was doing all filler words, right? So
Yeah.
we speaking, hey baby, all right, you leaving? All right, baby.
There go. You need to pause.
No, not at all. I was just saying bye to my oldest. She
Okay.
was headed out because, and just to kind of like fill people in, there's with the editing tools that we use, you can like automatically take out the filler words, is what they call it.
Yeah.
But I was taking out all of them. Walt was only taking out the uhs and ums.
Recently.
And oh, really? Oh, I didn't.
I
Okay.
just started that like
See,
maybe in the past month
but see that
because I noticed it was choppy. I was just like,
there
man,
you
like
go.
it's cutting it off. We
I
would be talking and it would
you
just
go.
like,
There you go. I
yeah,
didn't notice it until honestly, shout out to one of the listeners who hit me up on LinkedIn and was like, "Yo, it's trash."
yeah,
I'm exaggerating, but she was, this person was like, "Hey, man, like, guys, I'm having a hard time. I really wanted to hear this episode, but it's hard to listen to because it's choppy." And I
mhm,
was like, "Oh, heck no!" And I listened to it, and I was like, "Yes, it is crap." So
mhm,
but that was my fault because I was taking too much out and it was just causing, so it was like just a lesson learned in that, and a lesson for us, right? Because we're doing things without telling each other, hey, here's a best practice. Here's what I noticed, blah, blah, blah. And then so we're getting better at that and telling each other, yo, this is good. Don't do that. This is
yeah,
what I noticed, blah, blah, blah.
mhm,
So and imagine like right after 3 years, like this is we're
yeah.
and I think it's because of the technology, because the technologies are advancing so much, and the
Everything
AI,
changing, yeah. And
and I
then look,
feel like we could honestly say it was because of the introduction of AI, like it was overcorrecting,
some
right?
of it is that, and then we need to maybe like get up some finances, and upgrade our stuff because I want some new machine. My machine's been acting up sometimes too,
Oh,
and like
I gotta
freaking
talk
out.
specifically about that. Yeah, heck yeah. That's an offline conversation because, yep, I gotta do that. I gotta do the
Nah,
same
I
thing,
I was
man.
thinking the same thing, and then they updated my laptop, so I'm just like, okay, I'm good for now, but it was kind of freaking out.
Yeah, no, I did some research, and you know, for what we do, we should have a high powered machine.
Yes, sir.
And then what I realized is like I haven't had my own machine in so long, and I'm like, you know what? All right, it's time to dedicate a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yep.
To having to putting the machine, So anyway, that's the challenges. I
Yeah,
think
those
we
were
just got
challenges.
hit with a technological wave
Yeah,
of things.
yeah.
What
Oh,
else?
is there anything? Oh, look, we did the survey. I know this is separate, but we did the
What
survey
survey?
on LinkedIn about you did one about I know it's for your work, your 9 to 5
Oh,
about
the
different
systems?
the different systems, and we
Yep.
did one for the mascot
Oh, yeah.
right. I
Yes.
think the panda one
Yeah,
by landslide.
Walt put, of us two, Walt is very much more the creative art person. He does a lot of the production on the show. I am the more logical, like, oh, we need to do this. And, You know, we're very yin and yang, right? We're complementing each other very well. So anywho, Walt put out a survey about like what mascot we should introduce to the show and for the branding. And he did what was it? It was Peyton the penguin, Peyton the parrot, or Peyton the panda.
Yeah.
And the panda won
Landslide.
outright. Landslide. So I had some ideas about the panda too. So
Oh, yeah, let's do it,
about
man.
that. Yeah. So panda won. So it's gonna be Peyton you're gonna see Peyton the panda and some of our stuff and posts. It's just to have fun, folks. You know.
Yeah.
And then I did one, and it was because of work because we went to market, and it was just like 4 vendors: ADP, Paychecks, Paylocity, and Dayforce. And all I said was, which one? Because I felt like the more you say, the more it biases the answer.
Yeah.
I could have, it could have been done a million different ways. And if folks chimed in, well, in what respect? And blah, blah, blah. And I was just right. And I was just like, which one? Which one?
Yeah, I laughed. I'm like, you trying to get somebody in trouble?
Yeah. What was that? No, I'm not. Who in trouble? Nobody's getting in trouble. It's just, which one? Because look, it's a stat, and my stat is skewed by who's in my network and who saw that post. Right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because ADP was in there, and what is it like? It's like 1 out of every $3 or $4 that passes through the IRS comes from
Yeah.
ADP.
Mm.
Clearly, ADP is gonna probably win that poll, which it did, but there was a strong second and a hard last, and it is what it is. But and it makes me think about something that ADP told me once, a salesperson, and they were like, "Oh, we have the #1 app in the App Store," and I was like, "Well, what is that based on?" Downloads. But that's not quality. That's quantity. That's quantity.
Still, man.
No, still nothing. It's
Still,
quantity. It's not
No,
quality.
I hear what you're saying, but still.
It's not. That's not a stat you should be proud of. Like, it's like, no, you want the #1 rated app in the app stores, not the #1 downloaded app.
I mean, they're probably happy with it.
No, clearly, because the salesperson told me, and it was years ago, folks. Promise to God, like it wasn't recent. But I was just like, that's not a stat.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Is there anything you would have liked to change this last season?
That's a loaded question, man. I want to change a lot. I wanna go on the road. I want to interview people all over the world about payroll. I want to go to every single conference and congress and webinar and seminar and just be a presence in there. I want payroll to be like you know what I mean, like just bring payroll to the forefront.
Man.
I want every single payroll person in the world to know that there's not just our payroll podcast, but there are a handful of great payroll podcasts out there to learn from. Like you just said, I want to go to every college and high school and let them know, payroll is a career. Payroll is absolutely a career path. You can be a business owner. You can be a C-suite executive. You can be, stand alone. You can be a team. Like you can do anything you want with payroll. It is absolutely a career choice that people don't know about. I want to sing that from the highest building and the highest mountain all over the world, bro. That's what I wish we do different. We continue to. That's why I do this, man. Like, check out Brent Skinner. I got to reach out to Brent Skinner and see when that episode is posted, because we talked about education. He's like, what would you do? I'm like, I want payroll people to be part of these career fairs and, go to your kid's career day. And I'll be honest, I'm guilty of not going to my children's career days over the years, because I'm like, don't nobody want to hear about my boring Excel world, but I didn't get ignited about this until the last couple years when ADP put out that stat that said 80% of payrollers are 40 and over. We're aging out.
Yeah.
We need young people to get excited about this, you know what I mean? And guess what? It doesn't have to be a degree program, although I would love there to be a formal associate's, bachelor's, master's degree about payroll. Shout out to Max van der Vlies Boosink up in in the UK and across the pond. He was part of a global building a global payroll management master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the institution that teaches it, but go to his page and you'll find out real quick. We're gonna have him actually on the show in July.
Zoom.
He agreed. He already confirmed. We confirmed the day. We got to lock it up, the time, and he's going to tell us more about that. He just wrote a book. You're reading the book, Global Payroll Manager.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So look, going back to what you said about us aging out, really quick, I just looked up like the average age of, entrepreneurs, and the average age for an entrepreneur is around
Mhm.
42. So with that being said, would you say like some of us in the payroll industry may be transitioning from those day-to-day 9 to 5s into
Could be.
entrepreneurial
Could
role? Some
be.
of us are transitioning or different.
It proves 2 points though,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
It proves 1 that we can be a business owner from payroll, and 2, we're still aging out.
Yeah,
We
that's true.
still need young people to come learn the game so that they
Yep.
can go and do whatever they want with it. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? But what I urge young people now is bring in AI with you,
Yep.
right? Bring in AI with you because that's going to be the buzz, that's going to be the trend. And if you have AI under your belt and you're going into payroll, I promise you that's going to be an advantage getting into the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely, man.
there's different oh man, yeah. So that's what I would like to have done different. I got so fired up in the last
Mhm.
few months in this season because I started taking my pay train courses to study for the CPP. And what I learned is, regardless if I pass the CPP or not, which I'm gonna pass, no question about that, because I'm putting in the work. But I'm learning stuff regardless. Like, take the pay train. Even if you don't care about the CPP, go
Mhm.
take pay train. It will absolutely change your career path and it will get you fired up about just learning different things in payroll, knowing where to go. Because what's important to me is that folks know that certain things apply and
Yeah.
recognizing what comes down their pipeline, right? If you're at a job and things come down your pipe, you're going to know, oh, wait, there's a law about that. I need to look up. Hold on now,
Mhm.
right? And that's what's about being the trusted advisor in your company is just about forget about being certified. Not that is not cool, but it's a test. And if you're not a good test taker, you're not going to pass. Period. Because they're already warning us it's a hard test.
Yeah.
So if you're not a good test taker, you may not pass.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Right? But you're still going to learn from the pay train experience that all these little different things that you learn, like for instance, the one that like sticks out to me recently is like company use of the company airplane.
Yep.
And it's like, oh,
It's a nice job.
you may not get the payroll person may not get to use it, but the C-suite is using and the executives are using, or maybe you are an executive in HR payroll and
Yeah.
you are using the company plane. But either way, wherever it doesn't matter where you are in that piece,
Yeah.
even if it's your own company, right? You building your own company and you took
Yeah.
off on the building your own payroll
Yeah.
empire
Shoot, man. Like
and you got a private airplane, right?
if you're Amazon, you have a private plane, you can help fly some of those families out that you're.
You are so fucked up. It's not even funny, bro.
Oh, you know.
Yo, Walt is Walt is the people's champ. Let me tell
Oh
you right
my
now, Walt is
goodness,
the
man.
people's champ for real,
Right.
for real.
All
But
right,
that's
man.
just saying,
Yeah.
yeah. On that note, folks, we love you.
No, hold on, hold on. I got a
Oh,
question for you.
you got more stuff?
I
Okay,
got one question for you. One question for you.
yeah.
Look, so which is more important? This is how we're going to end it out,
Okay.
right? How we educate or how we learn?
I think it's caught in a circle. It's circular logic for those Excel users out there. It's circular logic because how you learn is how I want to teach you.
So yes, that's kind of what my thinking was. Like,
Right,
so
right.
I think how we learn will impact more of how we teach, right? So I've learned valuable lessons from someone who taught me painful things,
Absolutely.
right? They taught me what not to do, how not to
Yes,
be a manager, what not to do in
absolutely.
payroll, right? So I learned through that how to educate somebody else.
So you made me think of, though, that saying, a smart person learns from mistakes, but a wise person
Learn
learns
from
from
others.
other people's mistakes. So Walter's always been wise in that situation. I have not been. I always like to
I
hit the
don't know about
wall.
that. I don't know
I
about
know.
that.
I know.
I don't know about all
I'm
that.
trying to give you some flowers
Thanks.
here, man. Come on now.
Thanks.
Well, we
Thank
both some hard-headed mofos
you. Yeah.
because we want to hit the wall, right? And a lot
Yeah,
of
I
people
gotta
are like
sign up on
that.
that stuff.
We a lot, bro. So many. Come on. I think more of us are like than not. I think as we get older, I think it's very age appropriate. Like as we get older, we get
Yeah.
wiser and
Yeah.
stop doing the things. And it's like that. Well, put your finger in the flame, you're gonna burn. And I'm like, yeah, really? How long? Let's see. Let's see how long it's gonna
Yeah.
take me to burn this time. You know, because my son is 13, right? God bless him. Like it's just
Mhm.
that age is crazy, right? Because he's like, oh, I have hot hands now. I have chef hands, so I don't burn as easily. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
exactly. I'm like,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah, I remember like with that note, my mom has been like cooking for a long time, right? That's kind
right.
of that's her career.
It's a
She
career, right?
graduated from Culinary Institute
Culinary,
and
yep.
stuff like that. So I've seen my mom grab hot pans out of the oven without
Mm-hmm.
just her hands. I was like, oh,
It's crazy.
it's on low, it's only 200 something degrees, so I'm gonna do that. Nope.
Nope. What? Yeah, no, because her hands are calloused. That's that's what hot hands is.
Yeah,
Is you do it so long, you burn your hands so many times. One, you
yeah,
callous, and you've burnt your nerves away from the surface of your skin.
yep, yep,
Oh my goodness.
yep,
Oh man, this is why we feel like we haven't done this enough because we could do
yeah.
it every day. We have so much fun talking to folks about it all. But so, all right, man, we love you. Go out, please, and share, like,
Subscribe,
engage, subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on everywhere podcasts are heard.
followers.
Follow us. Go tell your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your brother, your sister, your little nephew, your youngins in the fam, your cousins. Tell your coworker. Let them know this, and it's not just us, folks. There's a handful of great payroll podcasts out there,
Yeah,
and just we all about spreading the word. We're all doing it. It's all
yeah.
a labor of love because nobody getting rich off the payroll podcast. You
Not
know what I
yet.
mean? Not yet. We're grinding. We're gonna change the game though. They're
Yeah.
not ready for us, but we're about to change the game. So go ahead and yeah, please support us. And that's how you support us. Just engage, share, tell the folks about us. That's about it, man.
All
Until
right,
the
y'all.
next time, we love you. Peace.